We move on now, and Malaysia is set to host the ASEAN Summit on Monday under the theme Inclusivity and Sustainability. Leaders will discuss key issues like the ongoing conflict in Myanmar and the impact of US reciprocal tariffs. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, this year's host, will lead the meetings focusing on strengthening economic cooperation, financial security and investment initiatives. To ensure security, over 6,000 police officers have been deployed at airports, hotels and the convention centre. The summit will also include the second ASEAN Gulf Cooperation Council Summit and the first trilateral meeting with the GCC, comprising Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates and China. ASEAN leaders will hold a joint summit on Tuesday with Chinese Premier Li Qiang and GCC leaders to boost strategic and economic ties. China and ASEAN recently finalised the updated Free Trade Area 3.0 agreement. Well, joining us to discuss the developments that we have and the talks that will be taking place tomorrow is Mizan Aslam, a professor in strategic studies, who's joining us from Kuala Lumpur. Thank you ever so much for joining us. What's the significance of this meeting that will start tomorrow in the wake of the unprecedented US reciprocal tariffs?
All right. Okay. First of all, thank you very much for having me in this show. All right. I can see that US already imposed between 10 to 49% of tariffs towards ASEAN countries. Country like Laos, like Cambodia got the highest, which is 49. And then it comes lower for the certain countries. Malaysia particularly, we got 24% tariff. And then the lowest is Singapore and Timor-Leste, which is 10%. And this is something that need to be discussed, and it's already mentioned by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. The meeting will be kicked off tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, which is 26 and 27. And one of the agenda between ASEAN countries is to discuss about this tariff. And for the information, until now, they have none, and they have no single countries in ASEAN retaliate with the tariff that imposed by Trump administration. And we chose, ASEAN chose to have a discussion and to appeal for the tariff to be lowered. And up until now, certain countries, even like Malaysia, we got some excuse in certain industries rather than general as a whole. And also now we are in a very good situation, even though which is not so long. But until July the 10th, the pause of 90 days of the tariff imposed still ongoing. And we try actually at this time to get US to come to this region and to have so-called US ASEAN Summit before the pause have been ended by 10th of July. So this is among the initiative between ASEAN countries to how to deal with the Trump's recent movement in terms of trade tariff. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And as we bring an end to this discussion, I do want to look at the significance of the GCC meeting that's taking place. The countries including Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, as well as the UAE. How significant is it that this group of nations are meeting as well, amid a message of unity around this ASEAN Summit?
Yeah, okay. Actually, they have lots of organic relationship between especially ASEAN countries with GCC, yeah? Especially talking about cultural relationships, about religious relationships, and also about trade, and also many things. Yeah? And also, we can see, for example, the market, especially in this region, is more than 600 million of people living in Southeast Asia, which is in the umbrella of ASEAN. And then in GCC, actually, they have quite a numbers of population that can be strengthened between each other by having this so-called trade relationship. And actually, it is related to U.S. tariff as well. When U.S. tariff have been imposed, and many ASEAN countries, including Malaysia particularly, we try to get like a new partners to diversifying the trade. And we also look into countries like GCC as well as Africa, even China, and that's why BRICS come into the spectrum as well, because instead of Western and America, I can see ASEAN countries try to get a different market, especially Gulf countries. And we know Gulf countries' capacity in terms of oil rich, and also now they become like the financial hub, things like that. Also very important, especially in the future of ASEAN, to get this kind of prosperity together. Yeah.
Absolutely, Mizan Aslam. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to provide some context there. We will bring you all of those developments from the ASEAN Summit as it happens, but for now that is all we have time for. We'll be back with more of your latest breaking news from across the world very soon.